What is up, peeps? Got a breeding weekend. It is almost over. So I started this event with about 45,000 egg tokens. That only translates to about 2.5k points. And I'm down here at Bronze League, so it's not looking good. I'm in second place, woohoo, but it's not looking good for reward. Chrysos Sekoronos path, which also includes Whalnor, um, Consurgence. I'm kind of getting far out of the order of the breeding of the path that I was on, and I need to kind of get back on track. Because we had two breeding events, not back to back, but within a month or so, I've kind of had to go off the charts and do anything in order to stay relevant and to get achievements. So a little bit off track, and luckily I didn't get too far ahead where I couldn't do anything, because I've actually gotten stuck. Like you don't have a dragon that's breedable. You're following the chart, and you get to a point where you're just stuck, and you don't have that dragon at breedable, and you can't do anything. It's like, so that's actually how I got Dodo and Dodo Pyre. It's because at the last event I ran out of options, and I was like, I got all these tokens. What am I gonna do? How do I get these achievements? And then I started back breeding, like Dodo, whatever, just throwing anything at it just to waste the 30,000 tokens or whatever it costs. Imagine if you're not using a breeding guide, you just click on one, and you're like, I want this one, and whatever it tells you, you're hitting that button. It can be such a waste of egg tokens if you do it that way. But during this event, I was able to breed Kaladbalg. I don't think anyone knows how to pronounce it. If you look at the breeding guide where I'm supposed to be, I've got Basilius, Ferox. I had Munin before. I got Ursinu. I now have Banderd. Need to hatch him. I hatched Erd. I should be on Huggen, but I don't have Bander hatched and anywhere near breedable, so I can't get Huggen. So in order for me to do anything for this event, I've got to do Whalnar and Consurgence as well. Once you're out of breeding tokens, don't forget to use your mystic fragments. A lot more cost effective to get you achievements and points. If you need just a little bit to get to the next achievement, like this would take me so many egg tokens to get to the next achievement, but it's only 10, almost 15 fragments to get to this next gold chest with 700 rubies. So I'm gonna take advantage of that. As if there's nothing on your incubator, you go in there and you could do it that way. Otherwise you go to your dragons, your breeding dragons, and you have to have at least one piece of the egg in order to use the fragment. If you have zero, try to breed one chunkle of a dragon in order to get that one out of whatever, and then you can start using the fragments to tack them on. I'm gonna keep this party going for Whalnar and Consurgence. I'm gonna do like my 10 or 15 fragments here. I have 72. I don't want to use them all. I guess I could use a bunch, but so we're going to take a look at some breeding guides, and because I was really confused at them when I had first started using it. This one is from wardragons.net/breeding guide/wardragon, blah 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 blah. It tells you how much it's going to cost, and you just follow the steps. Like first you're going to do Draco and Frigg, and that's going to give you Zin, and you just go right in order. Don't and if you've been breeding by yourself and wasting egg tokens like nobody's business, just kind of find out where you're at. Go back and back breed the ones to catch up to where you're at, and then just jump right back in your number. Like this is orange 9, orange 10, wherever you are. So this was the first breeding guide that I used. I liked it. and I found others, and I've kind of gone back and forth. But I've actually pretty much stayed on this path to get to Chrysos first. I ended up breeding Luminar, Gaspar, Enki, and Hydron, all for 8,000 tokens. I know it says 80,000 and down there, but I actually got really lucky with that. And as you go through the tiers, it'll tell you what you need to start the next tier. So green starts, you need your castle and your incubator at level 5. Your base level will have to be 40 and your storage at 11. And that's in order to start the breeding. They talk about you've got your breeding castle and your incubator. So those are separate. Some people will say like, oh, my thing is at level 5 or whatever, and it's not letting me breed. It's because you have to have all that stuff. You have to, if it's green, you have to be level 40, breeding at level 5, incubator level 5, storage level 11. You got to have all that stuff going on for you, and then you can get started. Then you get that party started. I mean, there's so many breeding guides. You've got Superman, you've got A-bombs, you've got Salamanca. I mean, there's just a ton of information out there, and so many different paths that you can take to get to different dragons. And the breeding guide that I was actually using only goes up to gold. And actually, the path that I'm on is actually the cheapest to get those dragons. Chrysos as soon as possible is the cheapest one to get to him. So down in the descriptions, I'll post a bunch of the breeding guides and Amoeba Studios, a bunch of just relevant information where you can look at the dragons and look at dragons and see how much they're going to cost or what level you can start breeding them. Well, I hope this made any sense. Guys, have a great day. Thanks for watching.